Coming up on Mountain News this morning, schools across the Commonwealth are preparing for the next solar eclipse through education or a day off. And a couple of business owners want to bring an iconic Hazard building back to life.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are just past 5:30 on Tuesday, March 26th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Outside our door, we're dry right now in Hazard, but just to our west, the rain is coming in. We are at 55. Temperature-wise, we're all in the 50s right now. It's a quick look at the temps because I want to get right to the radar for those of you that are sitting back wondering where the wet weather is, the heavier bursts of rain coming in from the west, also up toward Moorhead and getting into Louisa right now, almost into Ashland. It's pushed through West Liberty. Heaviest right now up toward Maysville and along the Ohio River. And we continue to track some of these heavier bursts of rain just to the west of Jackson, but again, passing Jackson. So we have to look more, for those of you in Breathitt County, more toward Manchester. For those of us in Hazard, we have to look more toward Berberville and Williamsburg with some of the heavier bursts of rain down your way. Again, we can't rule out a clap of thunder, obviously some lightning being detected early on this Tuesday morning by the Lightning Detection Network. So for today, periods of rain, could be a thunderstorm this morning. Late this afternoon to this evening, we'll look for some breaks in the clouds, and the high today in Hazard up to 63. More about your First Alert 7-day forecast and back to the sunshine. When? We'll let you know in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. The total solar eclipse is just less than 2 weeks away, and some school districts in Kentucky have already called off school on April 8th. Alexa Minton has more.
Students across the state have already been learning about the eclipse in classrooms, but as the official date approaches, some districts are making the choice to call off school entirely.
We had it on the calendar to go to school for a lot of the school year until we got closer, so we could really look at timing of the event and when it was going to come into Kentucky, specifically Clark County. And the closer we got, we realized it was going to be essentially around our dismissal time.
Multiple districts in parts of central Kentucky have canceled classes on April 8th, despite not being in the path of totality. Concerns stem from the timing of the event, with it occurring during afternoon dismissal time.
For Clark County, we felt like it was best for families, both our staffs and our students, to really be able to experience it safely at home with their loved ones.
The Kentucky Department of Education announced that NTI days will not be permitted to be in use for the date, stating that NTI days must be used for closure of the district due to health and safety reasons, and that this eclipse does not pose a safety issue to Kentucky school districts. However, some districts that have chosen to call off that day will still give students the chance to learn about the historic event.
Our plan and goal is that each building will send home an educational package of information about what an eclipse is and what makes this so rare, so that, again, it's not going to be mandated for a grade, but so that parents can have an experience with their students, or caregivers can experience that with their own children, even for our own staff.
In Clark County, Alexa Minton, WKYT.
The Department of Education also added that they encourage districts to use this event as a learning tool in their classrooms and are supportive of the choices districts make to engage their students in this learning opportunity. Two Jackson County parents accused of trying to sell their newborn twins were arraigned in court yesterday morning. Not guilty pleas were entered on the behalf of Zachary Davis and Jacqueline Keith. Police say they agreed to sell their twins for $5,000. When they spoke from jail last week, they said they were joking and feel like they were set up. Both are charged with promoting human trafficking. They are both due in court next Monday for a preliminary hearing. The Transportation Cabinet is scheduled to have a public information meeting today in Harlan County. Some of the things that cabinet officials say will be discussed is improving geometrics along US 421, crossing over Pine Mountain between US 119 and Kentucky 221. Officials say safety concerns around mile point 17.2 and mile point 23 will be addressed. The meeting is today from 5 to 7 p.m. at Harlan County High School. Transportation cabinet officials say road work will take place in Jackson County starting next Monday. The construction will be in the location between mile points 21.445 and 29.574. Some of the work being done includes guardrail replacements, pavement repairs, and tree trimming and removal. Officials say the work should be finished by late November. Officials with the University of Kentucky visited Harlan County High School to see firsthand the success of engineering, computer science, and math programs in the school. Students showcased projects they have worked on throughout the year and some that have received awards. Engineering instructor Lindsay Rich says their presence shines a light on the small school.
I'm very honored to have this opportunity. We're from a small town, and that doesn't mean that we don't have access to a lot of things. We have access to so many machines, so many softwares, and I don't think that a lot of people realize that. So just the fact that UK has came here to look at what we're doing makes me feel like they're shining the light on rural towns.
Rich says having these officials in the school helped inspire her students to know what is possible in the future. And education wasn't the only thing Harlan County was celebrating. This week has been declared Black Bear Basketball Legends Week in Harlan County. Following the hard battle fought by the Black Bears last weekend, Judge Executive Dan Mosley declared the week for the Black Bears. They were the first team from Harlan County to make the championship game since 1944. Principal Kathy Napier says she is very proud of how far the team got and how they represented the county and region.
When you have all these components working together, it shows what type of school that you have. And I'm very proud of HC and what we've accomplished in our community and just all of our kids. I said we're a hidden treasure back here in these mountains, and I'm very proud and very fortunate to be a representative of Harlan County High School.
Napier says while it was a long weekend for the Black Bears, they are excited to continue celebrating the team for all of their hard work. Downtown Hazard continues to grow, and two business owners are looking forward to being part of the revitalization. Charla Napier and Rhonda Brewer brought the old Dawhares building located on High Street in Hazard. The building was mostly vacant for around 20 years. Napier says they are excited to be a part of the growth.
My mother worked here in the 80s for the Dawhares, so I kind of grew up in this building. So I'm looking forward to putting some life back into it after such a long time being closed.
Napier and Brewers say they plan to open their business to the public on May 1st. They also say the business will have a new name. If you've ever wanted to live in Kentucky's capital city, now may be the best time to make the move. In an effort to grow its population, Frankfort is offering people incentives to move to the city and work remotely. Those incentives include $5,000 cash, as well as a Buffalo Trace distillery tour, a meeting with the mayor, and a welcome basket.
People that move here bring friends and bring family, and that's good for tourism. We get a lot of people that come in the office that are thinking about moving to this area. We've got a good cost of living, we've got pretty good weather year round, so that is good too.
If you'd like to get involved with the Make My Move initiative, you can find more information on our website. And when we return, a condition misdiagnosed as migraines led to a long medical mystery for one young woman and what eventually turned out to be epilepsy.
Definitely got to wear your purple today, right? In the meantime, the pinpoint Doppler radar showing the incoming rainfall. Some of you waking up to some thunder as well. We'll go hour by hour and let you know how long the rain will last with the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up after the break.